Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. We can see that Bitcoin is going down slightly, but pretty much at the moment everything is just moving sideways. A few cryptos a little bit in the red after some partially strong increases in the last few days. For example, XRP losing here 7%, and it's usually the cryptos that are doing very well. If we're still sort of in a correction, when it then goes down, they're obviously moving down quite a lot. Cosmos, I made a video yesterday or earlier today about Cosmos, also said that I do expect here a further correction, but what we see here at the moment in my view is still only part of the general volatility of the market. I think the market hasn't really made a decision yet. Looking at the fear and greed index as well, it's pretty much the same level as yesterday. We're still at the 50 level, and that just shows we are completely neutral. The sentiment is completely neutral. There is no up or down here. It's just moving sideways really at the moment. You can see that on the charts. It's getting very boring, and we can see that also on the Bitcoin chart. So Bitcoin, my primary expectation, we start with that first, just to remind everybody. And I know I haven't changed my primary view. We are still here in my view in a wave 4, in a wave 4 to the upside, after which we would see a wave 5 into that target area between 20 and 28.7k. Had a few questions, why exactly this area and why exactly 28k? No, it's not exactly 28k, it's below 28.7k. The reason for that is that in this wave C in which we are, all of this a wave C, as part of an Elliott Wave ABC correction, where we came down from the all-time high in April, back then the all-time high, came down in a wave A, in a three-wave move, moved up in a three-wave move into a wave B, and we're now coming down here in a wave C. And that wave C needs to, or should in an ideal case, come below the wave A. So it's like a final sell-off of a correction, right? And of course this never happens in one way. You have counter moves like the currently one. Currently we are in this wave 4 here in my view. And that is normal because we were just oversold when we came down here to around 33k. Okay, so we were just oversold. The indicators completely oversold on most time frames, and then you can just expect here some sort of a counter reaction. That is what we're seeing at the moment. We can even see that on the 8-hour chart. We're already getting here a bearish crossover on the MACD, which also indicates we could see some further downside potential. Because when we came down here to that 33k area, I showed you the target area of Bitcoin, in which we actually did get into. So I think that worked out very well as well. In this target area of the wave 4, this is currently being maxed out. We haven't really got to the maximum at 46.5k yet, but we are nearly there. Yesterday we came up a little bit higher, and it can do everything in this target area before it moves down. Okay, so whatever it does in here is pretty much just sideways movement. It's in a range. Yes, we are moving up, but at the moment we're just moving sideways again. We built an ascending wedge here, as you can see here. That broke to the downside, but it's not a convincing breakout really. We didn't really see a lot of volume, but it did break to the downside, but then found support here at the 50-day moving average. And in the end, what we might form, and these patterns form and shape and whatever, what we might see now is actually something like this, just a broadening triangle really. Quite a neutral pattern, to be honest, as well. So I can't tell you now what's going to happen. At the moment the market needs to decide. So I think I've been very clear since we broke the 53k level to the downside, that I did expect levels much deeper, much lower. We came into that area down there. Not yet to the target area for Bitcoin. For many altcoins we did, not yet for Bitcoin. Told you that I expect this wave 4 run up all the way up to as a maximum of 46.5. We are still in this target area. Now what I tell you is just that we need now a decision, because it can't go on forever. And ideally today, or latest on the weekend, we need to see a decision. If the bears cannot push below 43k, and that needs to be a significant move below 43k here today or in the next few days, I think a move up will get much more likely. That's just based on the structure here, what we can see here on the chart, that the market can't just move further here up and down. A decision needs to be made here now, and the longer the level holds up here, for me it gets more likely that we actually push up higher, because we basically confirm support on the 50-day moving average, and we need to move strongly below 43k, or actually now it's below 42.8. It's the 50-day moving average. I want to get the price below the 42.8k level today or latest on the weekend. Otherwise, I think it's getting more likely that we're actually going to push up higher here, which would also not be a problem. It would actually be a possibility for some profit taking then, because if we move above 46.5k, and even if it's only briefly, what I do expect then, and that is what naturally has to happen, because after such a strong increase here actually in the last few days and weeks, what we need to see then is, let's just assume what happens, we break out here to the upside, we don't break out too much, maybe to 50k or whatever, you're then gonna come down once more. And that is what's going to happen, because the shorter term indicators are quite high at the moment. So you're going to see another correction, and that would be a possibility to get into the market, to build positions. I'll let you know if this is going to be the case, and then we are going to move up from here. But again, what I need to say, if we break this level, for me, this is still a corrective move. This would then be the alternative corrective scenario. We're not in a bull run yet, in my view. Absolutely not. We would only be moving in a maximum scenario, I would say all the way up to 65k. That would then be the possibility if we break above 46.5. So I think that's another scenario that we need to prepare for. I'll make you aware before it happens, but then again, there's no reason to panic when it breaks above 46.5, because then there will be another, I do expect a stronger correction that then could be used for further entries, which I am going to use for further entries in that case, because then if we can see then the price move up further from there, and that dip would be an attractive price level still, and then from there we would expect higher prices, minimum 51k, maximum unfortunately 65k. It's quite a wide range at the moment, can't specify it further because of the length of that whole move down here. That's just mathematics, it's the fib levels, and I can't specify it further at the moment, but keep you updated of course as we move into that range. So that's pretty much what we need to see. We need to see lower prices below 42.8k very soon, otherwise I think the bulls are going to win this battle here. Cardano would then, I think, move accordingly. At the moment, Cardano is also moving very, very much sideways here. There isn't really a clear decision. Quite boring to watch generally, the whole crypto market at the moment. Cardano hasn't really made itself popular with a lot of exciting moves here in this whole move down since August actually. It's been fairly straightforward to the downside, right? With a few exciting points here. The move up to 160 was one, and then there was up here a move to 245, I think. But that's it, and my possible count here would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move now to the downside. That would be my most likely view, as my most likely view for Bitcoin is as well, that we're moving down here. But again, it depends on the next few days here in the market. And then Cardano, I think, which count is going to play out depends on now what Bitcoin is going to do. I still think this is the most likely one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, the wave 5 could be a fairly short one, right? It could only go all the way up down to 92 cents once more. Depends, I think the current prices for Cardano are attractive. I mean, they're fairly close to the major swing low that we saw here at 92 cents. And only if the 92 cents will get broken, I think we're going to see these levels here between 30 cents and 55. That's sitting between the 0.786 fib level and the 0.887 fib level, but only if the 92 cents get broken. Because the 92 cents, this is the level where Cardano found support here, and it is, I think, related to the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. The most important Fibonacci retracement level is sitting at 96 cents for Cardano, and that is a highly relevant one. And because Cardano touched that, it is also a valid point where the correction could be over. It is a valid point where the correction could be over. So Cardano could at any point as well, pretty much like Solana, move up from here and like Ethereum. But my primary expectation remains we come down once more, because I can't see any impulse here yet. There is no strong upside movement at the moment. Same for Solana, really. It had the potential to move up higher in the current environment. It hasn't done that yet. The one that I'm most bullish about at the moment is probably Ethereum, which is doing really well. But also there remains my primary expectation actually that we're going to come down once more. It depends really on the next few days. So it's really an exciting time, even though it's looking boring on the charts. But what is happening here is really a fighting between bulls and bears. Unfortunately, the volume is very low on the Bitcoin chart as well. Not a lot of volume. indecision. That is what this pattern here characterizes on the Bitcoin chart, and you can see that translating into the Cardano chart as well. It's just moving sideways at the moment, and yeah, we are going to wait, and we're prepared for both scenarios, and I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know when I enter my next positions. Of course, every channel member knows my buy and sell orders. I'm going to update them depending on the outcome of this decision, and so far I think it's worked out really well. And yeah, we're gonna move on with it. So hopefully you liked the update about Bitcoin and Cardano. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And again, if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member. You can do that on my website, and the link for that is in the video description, or you can do that here on YouTube. Then you get the links to Telegram and Discord, the live chat, and also a lot of additional content, including my buy and sell orders, and also an overview of my portfolio on Discord and additional stuff. Yeah, plus a weekly live stream as well, depending all on the kind of membership that you choose to go with. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update. Thanks a lot for watching, and bye bye.